Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the review. This time it is the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Neo Alpha. So this is from the Amazon's movie, which finishes off the series. It is a ending to it all, and he is the main antagonist. So let's get into it. Neo Alpha has a really great greenish design that I don't know how to really explain it, but it's sort of like an up-to-date Amazon, but not all the same. He has a new amulet that allows him to transform, but still needs a Neo driver to control it. So they kind of give you this, I don't know, this updated view of what an Amazon could be, considering he's technically manufactured. So anyway, you got a little back history. So let's get into the articulation and look. Uh, it is a nice silver design, and since considering the Neo driver actually shows a more modern list, a more modern look on, I guess, would be an animalistic style. This one has like a sort of military grade color to it, which is pretty cool. He has the plating armor, looks really nice. The head design is a little confusing from what I'm seeing. I don't really like the eyes across, well, the cross bar design. Makes the eyes look really smaller than what they already are. But it just works for this. I'm not a fan of it, but it actually does work for the overall suit design. And he has a really long antenna. So please be careful with that. It is soft, but not soft enough that it would not break. So I want you to be careful with that. The fins on the back are very, very sharp. So please be aware of that and be careful. Now, as far as head articulation, he can look up, he can look down, he can tilt his head. Well, it doesn't tilt very easily. So you lose a bit of the tilting articulation with the collar here. So please be aware of that. But looking up should not be an issue for him. The arm articulation uses a little bit of the pull-out method. You can rotate the arm all the way around, and you can go and rotate it up. And the arm is double jointed, but please be careful when using that because there is the arm shoulder, well, not the arm shoulder, the shoulder, well, forearm armor, I should say, that gets in the way. It does rotate though, however, so don't be scared to use that. Use it free to your will to just use it for articulation. As far as the upper torso goes, you can rotate left, you can rotate right, you can rotate backwards. You can actually come forward really well with a really nice ab crunch. The Amazons usually have a really good ab crunch, so that's actually really good. So, excuse me, a little under the weather. So the belt here covers up the gap that is going to be. That doesn't really bother me, considering I like to use it to take pictures. It uses the old school drop down method. As you can see, I've pulled it down a little bit. Rotate it up. There is a thigh cut, well, thigh swivel, I should say. The legs are double jointed, but his armor will, well, the armor talons will get in the way. And with that, what you can do is you can actually rotate it because they give you this extra bit of, well, actually, I didn't even know, it rotates all the way around. So if you want to move it out of the way for him to be able to have the extra articulation, you can. So as you can see there, it just moves right out of his way. The ankles actually rotate all the way around to give you the illusion that it's not getting in the way. So if you want to do that, as you can see, no real issues. It rotates in and rotates out, and there's toe pivot as well. So you, because of this, you can actually get a lot of range with this figure I normally wouldn't think we can get. And I've knocked off the knee pad already. Did not expect that to happen so quickly. So let's see about poses that we can get with Neo Alpha. You can actually get into some Amazon-like poses, which is really good. I like that. So I'm just having a closed fist. I'm not going to swap hands. So as you can see, pose-wise, he can already get into deep Amazon poses, which probably means he can do the three-point stance and things like that. It's really cool to have this level of articulation, especially because you kind of lost some of it with the Neo Alpha and the Neo. So you get it right back with this. As far as accessories goes, he does not come with much. They are the open claw hands, which this comes standard for an Amazon. Then you have the more relaxed hands. And for accessories, you get this chainsaw Gatling gun arm. Now, this is replaced by just swapping out this arm here, this forearm piece, and attaching it back right back on. Oop, which I'm having trouble doing, so don't mind me. Plugs right in. What I did not know, though, is that it actually has to rotate into the hand. So I didn't know you can actually remove the blade. This is something new that was not included in the original Neo and Neo Omega. So you couldn't actually remove this from the hand without causing trouble. So what they did this time around was make it a separate piece, which is really cool. And this is something I'm learning. I guess they're learning from their previous mistakes. So now you can remove it and attach it right back. And you'll still have one piece. So now I'm going to rotate it and find a way to settle it back in. So what he doesn't come with in accessories, he actually, I don't like the way that looks. I'm sorry, that bugged me a lot. So what he lacks in accessories, he actually makes up for in just cool looks. But again, if you don't really like the Amazon series and you don't like the fact that he was just a movie antagonist, he may not be for you. But if you're looking to finish off your Amazon series or have something that really just works as an antagonist that isn't Mole, I think that you'll be fine. Oh, wow. I'm just all over the place. Maybe it's because I'm sick. But yeah, real quick, let's get into size comparison. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece right off, put it back on a normal arm so nothing gets in the way. Excuse me. So let's stand them straight up from looking cool to now being cool. Get them in a nice standing point where the legs are sitting flat and flush so we have no misconceptions about height. And voila. First thing we're going to do is we're going to compare him to the other Amazons. We're going to start with Alpha. So here he is next to Alpha. Here he is next to normal Omega. And as you can see, he kind of stands in with a normal height with them. Shoulder-wise length, he's a little bit, I think a tad bit taller than the rest of them, but not something that's significant to show. Helmet size really doesn't matter here. So yeah, that's how he looks next to those guys. Next up, we have Neo Omega, who they fight regularly in the movie. Then we're going to compare him to Neo, whose DNA he's technically based off of. So size-wise, he's looking pretty good. Next up, we're going to compare to Mole, who again does not appear in the movie with him, but I guess you would want to compare it to the other SHF from that. Next, we're going to do an Articulated Icons Ninja, which again, I think they scale really well with most of the SHF stuff, which I pretty much enjoy. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Vision, who I need to take out of this pose, but I just like it so much. Then we're going to compare it to a Synthetic Human. So again, really nice size. Shorter than Marvel Legends, but work with other Japanese scaled stuff. I am going to compare it to Kamen Rider Kuga, because considering he's technically from a different line, but still SHF, sometimes you just want to compare it. Should he fight another Kamen Rider? So size-wise, that's how Kuga looks next to him. Next up, we're going to do a Mythic Legions Knight. It's going to be the Steel Knight. And last but not least, my Mezco Kit Bash Cable using the Punisher body. So yeah. Otherwise, we all know the SHF stuff is smaller, but I do the size comparisons for those visually who would like to see it. But yeah. In the meantime, guys, hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it informative. And most of all, hope you do good, be good, drink your water. Don't get sick, guys. Don't. Later.